It's slanted.
All right, Mr. Carr, you good?
All right.
Yep.
Is it able to show?
Yeah, it's showing the whole board.
Oh, perfect. Good. Okay, cool. All right, we'll start it. All right, so on the graph, right? It's for question A, right? Based on the graph, what is the half-life of carbon 14, right? So half-life, right? It's half-life is half-life amount of time it takes for half of radioactive isotope to decay. Right? So the half-life, right? If we take a look on Rishi, right? So you have the Rishi.
Well, I ain't talking because I ain't talking because you like.
No, it's fine. No, you guys can talk to me. Right?
Okay.
So do you have the Rishi for me? You got the Rishi? Yeah.
No, it's on my other bag.
Oh, it's your other bag.
I have 3 bags.
Why do you have 3 bags? Oh, okay. All right. Here.
This is my book bag. I have it on my
Oh, okay. Then you could look on with William with the shared Rishi. Take a look on Rishi.
Where's it?
Oh, he's all on zero. Or Mason, right?
Mm.
So no, you guys could share. You guys could share.
I already know what's on there. He can,
Oh, you know it?
I already know what's on there.
Okay. So
Somebody just call me right here.
just hang up. Just hang up. Okay. So essentially, right? What is the half-life of carbon 14, right? So we have to look at time 0, right? At time 0, we're at 100%, right? So this is time, and this is relative amount, right?
They're still calling you.
Oh, just hang up, just so amount 100%, right? At 0, right? So now at 50, how much time do we have?
5770.
Right. So at time 0, right, we had 100. But at amount 50, right, at time 5,770, right, we have 50%, right? So what is the half-life in this case?
5770.
Yeah, 5770, right? Because it took 5,770 years to cut it in half, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So question A, right, is 5770, right? Okay. So for question B, right, it's asking if only 25% of carbon 14 remains, how old is the sample contained in carbon 14, right? So so now we're looking at 25%. So where is what do we look for 25%?
Right there.
Right
there.
Right. So what's which one shows?
11540.
Right, 11540, right?
Yep.
So that's our time for it. So question B, our answer is 11.
Write that down for me. Write that down for me.
Where are we now?
11540.
Make sense?
Yep.
You good? Question?
Mr. Carr.
What?
I'm making sure I'm getting this done before.
Yeah, sure.
Right down with that. Down that.
All right, cool.
All right, back to the video.
All right. So now for question C, right? Based on the age of the sample, right? How many half-lives have passed, right? So if we're starting at 0, right, and we're going to 5,770 years, right? How many half-lives have gone by?
5,500.
How many half-lives?
What you mean?
How many times half-life did it go? How many times of half-lives have passed?
50.
Not 50. That's the amount. How many times did it go for one half-life? How many times did it cut in half?
1.
Just 1, right? So it's just 1 half-life here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, if we go to here, right? How many half-lives?
That's 2.
2 half-life, right? Now,
3.
3 half-life, right? Now,
4.
right? So this is our time now, right? So this is now, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So how many half-lives have gone by?
4.
4 half-life. So 1 half-life from here, right? But in order to get to here, right, we went through 4 half-lives, right?
Yup.
So for C will be number 4.
Yep. So it'll be 4 half-lives, okay? Make sense?
Yup.
So now it's asking, right? If it originally weighed 100 grams, right? How many grams is the sample now? So like at this time here, right? At this time. So at this time, right? What's the percentage that remains?
6.
Well, not 50, right? Now is here, right? So what's the percentage? What's the percentage?
6.0.
Yeah, well,
6.25.
Yeah,
Sorry, 6.25. I don't know what that was, Mr.
No,
Cotton.
sorry. My infamous bad handwriting, right? All right. 6.25, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 6.25 is the percentage now, right?
Mm.
But that was when you started with 100, right? But now instead of 100, you start with 200, right? How much should it be now?
If you start with 200,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be on it.
Divided by 4.
Not 200 divided by 4, but, right? So we have to set up the ratio, right? So for question D, right? So if we originally start at 100, right? So we set the ratio with original, right? Or actually start, right? Over now, right? So you started with how much originally?
100.
100, right? But what is it now?
200.
Well, not 200, but like after the time.
It's
after the
4.
time.
It's 4, 6, 1. What's that number?
That's the time, right? But
Sorry, you're at 6.25 now.
right, so 6.25%, right?
Yeah.
So that originally you had 100%. Now you had 6.25%, right? But now instead of a percent, right? They want it to be grams, right? So you start with 200 grams, right? That's what you're starting with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we go from 100 to 200? What do we do?
Divide by. You can talk about that. We divide by. I forgot what number we divide by. We divide by 2, right?
Not divide, but you're going from 100 to 200. How do you go from 100 to 200? You
Subtract 100. We add 100. Want to go to 100 from 2? Go to
Yeah.
4. Go to from 100 to 200.
Yeah.
You add 100.
well, or you could
Multiply by
Multiply by
by
2.
right? So you times
Oh.
by 2, right? So you times 2 over here, right?
Mhm.
So what do you need to do here?
Times 2.
Yeah. So times 2. So what do we get here?
You get 12.4.
Isn't it 50?
No, 12 point. Some. I don't know what this
12.50.
one was. Okay, no,
So
12.4.
you have calculator on test, right? But right now, right, because you're timesing it by 2. Okay. Make sense?
Mm.
So for D, it's 12.5. Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Write that down.
Got it?